Good morning, my lovelies. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be, we're gonna split things up a little differently today. Okay, so today we are going to tap into the masculine energy first for my collective. Then we're gonna tap into the feminine energy, and then we're gonna tap into the collective future energy and what may be coming for you in love if you are seeking some sort of clarity around that dynamic. Okay. Interestingly enough, for the masculine, I'm seeing he's finally ready to step up and take that leap of faith towards his feminine, because he knows that she has been nothing but kind and caring and empathetic, that she has continued to sit there in her divinity and inspire him. And I feel like her fault, this is a very intuitive feminine, someone who is very spiritually inclined, right? Tapped in, tuned in, turned on, if you would. And almost I'm getting heavy twin flame with this already. It's because it was 11:33 when I started this. So I'm seeing it's this feminine just literally living in her divinity and focusing on her own heart and her own compassion and her own purpose in this life is what inspired this masculine. Literally just held up a mirror for him to be able to, 121 on the timer, step into his divinity. And then 1, 2, 3 as I say that, okay? I feel like normally this would mean he's heavily manifesting, but I feel like this masculine specifically has undergone a great deal of, and is also seeing how this feminine had undergone a great deal of hardships in this life to be able to reach her divinity, okay? Oh, okay, I'm loving this. All right. I'm seeing the masculine was seeing a feminine up on a pedestal, okay? And almost see her. I'm feeling this masculine is very tongue-tied. Almost saw her as unattainable or too divine and unworthy of. Okay, 202 on the timer. But now he's seeing that she had to go through, or they, again, energy is energy. This feminine had to go through a great deal of darkness, because I always say that the most divine beings on this earth have endured the darkness, the darkest of darks. Dark times in life. Okay, 222 on the timer. But because they have been able to alchemize and transmute all of that darkness and negative energy into light, into power, they were granted their wishes and given that divinity, that power. 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Okay, so I feel this masculine is finally not knocking this feminine off a pedestal, but almost seemingly putting himself equal to her level, because he's realized that they can very nicely balance each other, and maybe even bring out each other's inner child. I'm feeling like you both, with the twin flame thing, that means that you both would be mirrors to each other and have lived a lot of things similarly. So I'm feeling there was a lot of childhood trauma here. Specifically for the masculine, I'm seeing a lot of trauma within the home around feeling your emotions and trusting yourself to follow your emotions, because I feel there's a lot of internalized shame around feeling your emotions. Okay, so I feel you made 321 on the timer. You may have blocked them off for quite some time because you felt if you shared your emotions that somebody was going to get hurt or you were going to get hurt again, okay? Whoa, 333 on the timer with the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, to me, this is signifying that this masculine has finally gone within, 3, 4, 5 on the timer, found their inner child with that giggling again, okay? Has realized that they can be equal to you, okay? I feel they're finally tapping into their spirituality in a sense, maybe undergoing some sort of ego death, or finally waking up to spirituality. I feel this masculine was raised because I wrote down I was getting heavy Catholic trauma or religious upbringing, because I heard the song Only the Good Die Young by Billy Joel in my head, okay? So I was picking up this masculine is kind of realizing how they played it safe most of their life, but in a weird way ended up getting themselves and a lot of other people hurt, instead of just trusting that they're allowed to go have fun and do the things that they want to do in life. 432 on the timer, okay? And this is heavy about stepping into that release of insecurities and no longer feeling shame around certain behaviors or habits, okay? 444 on the timer. Understanding that you are human and that even in your humanness, you are still created in the likeness of God, and that you are still divine, and that you are still 4, 5, 6 on the timer, that you are still on the right path. Okay. I'm also getting, you may want to look up DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. I did 6 weeks of intensive that, and that's what fixed my noodle from how I talk negative, not nice things about myself to be nice all the time. Oh, most of the time. You know, again, I'm human, okay? Same as you, okay? 515 on the timer. But I feel like with that, you're changing the narrative with how you speak to yourself, like finally shifting from constantly shitting all over yourself to seeing a little bit of the goodness in yourself and realizing, hey, there is some light in there. I should look more into that. I should speak on that more a little bit. Okay. I also was just told about my plant. I don't know, you can see her back there. She's so pretty. But I gave her a rainbow thing to look at, and I tell her nice things. And when I do that, she grows big and strong. So like, it's the same thing. Don't poison yourself. Okay, my dude? Okay, my girl, whoever you are. Be kind with the words that you speak to yourself, and know that when you speak kindness into yourself, the world will continue to speak kindness into you, okay? I also, when I'm getting something about like opposites attract, 606 on the timer, because like blue and orange, and also like high school colors, also 611 on the timer, that's my birth time, so rebirth. But like blue and orange could be like significant colors that you're seeing like a pattern of, like signifying that you two are finally coming together, okay? Ace of Wands, I'm hearing like a passionate new beginning is coming in because you finally undergone the proper ego death, okay? Gray feathers, the color lime green as well may be important. I'm also hearing shutting the door, like, because there was a car that shut the door as soon as I heard the thought about like high school trauma, like specifically like around your teenage years, and like maybe some habits or addictions or like behaviors you had at that point. And again, addictions can be anything such as like thought patterns, substances, people, places, etc. 656 on the timer, okay? So like I feel like you finally realized what you were putting out is what you were getting back. And so that truly, if you were disappointed in life, you didn't really have anybody to point a finger at except for yourself, okay? That being said, that is what finally brought on this this ego death that is helping you step into your hierophant divine masculine energy to match your high priestess. Oh my goodness, so that you can finally bring in the justice, the victory, the balance, the harmony that you have both been deserving for oh so long, to create a whole new world that equates to a lifetime of emotional fulfillment and abundance and joy and peace. Gosh, I'm just seeing peace and serenity, okay? But you are finally ready to bring this in fast, so fast, okay? Woo! We are running out of time, but oh my goodness, yes, and I see this feminine has finally done the work to tap into her strength, to hold her divinity, to hold her strength and her softness, to not be so aggressive, to step out of her masculine, to finally come back to center, to turn the wheel forward and give herself an emotional new beginning. Literally have gone within and removed the negative voices of the past, okay? 808 on the timer, again, mirroring to the world that you are ready to release the toxicities, that you're ready to bring in like divine love rather than like stupid lust and limerence. Because you're tired of being left out in the cold and love and like seeing everybody else get love while you're just sitting here sad, okay? I feel like, again, you holding this faith and this empathy and this kindness and this compassion is what finally made this like your divine team and like the universe literally say enough is enough. They've suffered enough. It is time to finally bless them with the world that they have been dreaming of and trying to create and fighting for their whole mother effing life, okay? I feel like you've literally felt like you've been being juggled your whole life, never feeling like you had like a solid ground to stand on, always feeling like there was something standing in the way, okay? But I feel like right now you're being told, no matter what the finances look like, to trust that it is time to act. It's time to make the decision, okay? It's time to, I literally just heard, it's time to walk off into your sunset, okay? Whew, that was powerful. Okay, also, I don't know if I already said this, but blue herons could be important. Whoa, yes, it's time to celebrate. 919 on the timer. Get out of your head and trust that this is coming in, okay? You've done the hard work. It's time for you to receive this proposal, long-term commitment, financial abundance. I literally just heard cha-ching, lucky lottery, okay? And I just heard 9. So within the next 9 days and over 939 and over the next 9 weeks, okay? Prepare for the mask to be removed. Prepare for the fog to clear, okay? I know that things have been feeling a little bit up in the air, but they're finally starting to clear out, and everything is coming to light here very, very soon, okay? There it is. It's harvest season, okay? If you would like to book a personal, more accurate reading, the link is in my bio. I love you so much.